Welcome to digital classes. Hello student. This video is for class 8 science. This is the chapter number 2, microorganism and virus, friend and foe. Part 3, medicinal use of microorganism. The antibiotics in industry are manufacturing by growing specific microorganism under controlled condition. See, whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules, or injections such as penicillin. The source of these medicine is microorganism. Such medicine are called antibiotics. These days, a number of antibiotics are being produced for bacteria and fungi. Such examples are streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, and gramicidin. Antibiotics are used in the treatment of infection in human as well as animal. These medicine kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganism, but antibiotic should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor, and do not take antibiotic if not needed. The antibiotic not required may kill the beneficial or harmful bacteria. Now antibiotics. So let us understand what is antibiotic. An antibiotic is a natural occurring semi-synthetic or synthetic type of agent that destroy or inhibits growth of microorganism. One more time I tell you, antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor because it may kill beneficial bacteria as well. See, students, these are the example of antibiotics like penicillium, tetracycline, aminoglycosides, macrolides, amoxicillin, afloxacin. So many examples are there. These are the example of antibiotics. Now vaccine. When a disease carrying microbes enter our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. The body also remember how to fight the microbe if it enters again. So if dead or weakened microbes are introduced in a healthy body, the body fights and kill them by producing suitable antibiotics. The antibiotics remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox or hepatitis can be prevented by vaccine or vaccination. Children are given injection to protect themselves against several diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in hospitals. Vaccinations are given to the children for protection against polio under poliovirus program. Polio drops given to the children are actually a vaccine. This is called oral vaccination. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale for microorganisms to protect humans and other animals for several diseases. One more thing I want to tell you, immunization. Immunization is done by using vaccines. Means another way to prevent disease is called immunization. Now the penicillium. Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease causing bacteria in 1920 9, suddenly he found the spores of little green mold in one of his culture plates. He observed that the presence of mold prevent the growth of bacteria. From this mold, penicillium was prepared. Now, penicillium is well known antibiotic and it is used to cure many microbacterial disease in human as well as animals. Smallpox vaccines. The history of smallpox holds a unique place in medicine. It was one of the deadliest diseases known to humans and to date 2020. The only human disease to have been eradicated by vaccination, the smallpox vaccine introduced by Alexander Jenner in 1796 was the first successful vaccines to be developed. He observed that milkmaids who previously had caught cowpox did not catch smallpox and showed that inoculated vaccina protect against inoculated variola virus. Smallpox vaccine. The smallpox vaccine protects people from smallpox by helping their bodies develop immunity to smallpox. The vaccine is made from a virus called vaccinia, which is a pox virus similar to smallpox but less harmful. The smallpox vaccine contains live vaccinia virus, not a killed or a weakened virus like many other vaccine. For that reason, people who are vaccinated must take precautions when caring for their place on their arms where they were vaccinated so they can prevent the vaccinia virus from spreading. Now let us understand how do vaccines work. When a disease causing microbes enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invaders. These antibodies destroy the weakened microbes and remain in the blood to fight any further attack by such disease causing microbes. Now let us understand how vaccine work. A vaccine work by training the immune system to recognize and combat pathogens, either virus or bacteria. To do this, certain molecules from the pathogen must be introduced into the body to trigger an immune response. When the body senses foreign substance called antigen, the immune system works to recognize the antigen and get rid of them. B lymphocytes are triggered to make antibodies. The specialized protein lock onto the specific antigen. We know that the body of the antigens are also protein. So the specialized protein lock onto the specific antigen and the antibodies stay in a person's body. That's why if the immune system encounter that antigen again, the antibodies are ready to perform the action and kill the microorganism or microbes. These molecules are antigen and they are present in all virus and bacteria. By injecting these antigens into the body, the immune system can safely learn to recognize them as a hostile invader, produce antibodies, and remember them for the future. If the bacteria or virus reappear, the immune system will recognize and the antigen immediately attacked aggressively well before the pathogen can spread and cause sickness or make a body ill. Now, there is a question: what is vaccination? The practice of injecting a small quantity of a weakened or killed disease causing microbes into an animal or human body to immunize it against the disease called vaccination. This is a noticeable point. The vaccine is injected into the body of a person or animal before occurrence of a disease. Children are more sensitive to protect them from any such harmful microbes. Appropriate vaccine must be given at suitable ages. Such vaccines are easily available in the hospital and health centers. Protection against disease like chickenpox, smallpox, rabies, polio, and hepatitis is provided through vaccination, and it is very effective in children's. I take this chart from the book to explain these vaccination. Every student get their vaccination during 1 to 5 or 6 year age. The following chart gives the recommended schedule for immunization of children. It is according to the age, like soon after birth, smallpox, BCG are given to the infant. 4 to 9 month DPT, 2 dose at interval of 8 to 12 weeks. Polio, 3 dose at interval of 5 to 6 weeks to a infant. At the age of 1 year, smallpox revaccinated. After 1.5 or 2 years, DPT, the booster dose. Booster dose is means revaccination. And the polio, again the booster dose. Between 3 and 4 year, smallpox revaccinated to the kids, and at the age between 5 to 6, DPT booster dose, typhoid vaccine, 2 dose at an interval of 1 or 2 months. Immune system of the kids or small children's are not well developed, so these vaccination are given to the kids to prevent against some harmful diseases. The disease caused by microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, virus, and protozoa are communicable or infectious disease. See, these are the disease caused by bacteria. Such diseases are pneumonia, tetanus, tuberculosis, leprosy, cholera, food poisoning, typhoid, diarrhea, etc. Diseases caused by fungi are athlete foot, ringworm, skin diseases, food poisoning, etc. Disease caused by protozoa are malaria, kala-azar, amoebic dysentery. I recalled protozoa such as amoeba, paramecium, alguna. Smallest of the pathogens, virus can reproduce only by invading a host cell, not cure by antibiotics. Example of diseases caused by virus are chickenpox, cold, flu, smallpox, HIV, etc. Now see, what are pathogens? Agents that cause disease are called pathogen, usually organism. Example, microbes. How do they enter the body? They enter through by nasal, the wound of skin, urine, stool, insect bite, etc. That is why we have to maintain personal hygiene. Disease causing microorganisms are called pathogenic. microorganism, or simply as pathogens. Pathogen disrupt the normal functioning of the body by attacking different part of the body. Disease causing microbes can enter our body through food, water, air, cuts in skin through direct contact, carriers such as mosquito and flies. Now, one question is, what is immune system? The body's defense against disease causing organism, malfunctioning cells and foreign particles. Now, communicable and non-communicable diseases. Communicable disease, a disease that can be spread or get transmitted from a person to another person, animal, or object by direct or indirect contact, are called communicable or infectious disease. Some example of communicable diseases are tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid, malaria, dysentery, etc. Non communicable diseases, diseases which do not get transmitted from one person to another by direct or indirect contact, are called non communicable or non infectious disease. Some example of non communicable diseases are diabetes, bronchitis, cataracts, etc. Mode of transmission of communicable diseases. Now, mode of transmission through contact transmission. First, direct contact transmission, person to person transmission. No intermediate object is involved. Example, touching. B is inter-contact transmission. Agent is transferred by a non-living object. Example, towel, eating utensil, thermometer, stethoscope, clothes, money, syringe, etc. Now, the droplet transmission. Microbes are spread in mucus droplets that travel short distance less than 1 meter. Example, sneezing, coughing, taking and laughing. Now see, the coronavirus is same through the droplet transmission. An infected person during coughing, sneezing, splitting and speaking may release droplet of moisture carrying the disease causing microorganism. These droplets when enter another's body while breathing may make him sick. Diseases like whooping cough, tuberculosis, now the corona means COVID-19, are transmitted in this way. Now, mode of transmission through vehicle transmissions. Transmission of disease via mediums such as water, food, air, blood, body fluid, and infectious fluid. Waterborne disease, usually caused by water contaminated with sewage. Airborne transmission, spread of agent by droplets in dust that travel more than 1 meter to host. Third mode of transmission is a vector transmission. Animal that carry diseases from one host to another. Arthropods, insects are most important animal under vectors. Mechanical transmission, passive transport of pathogens on insects' body, for example bees. Biological transmission, pathogens spread part of its life cycle in the vector, for example mosquito. Malaria is a disease caused by vector. Malaria is spread by the female Anopheles mosquito. Malaria is caused by the protozoan Plasmodium. Insects and other animals such carry the disease causing microorganism from one place to another is called carriers. Carrier of specific microorganism are called vector. See, what is malaria? Malaria is a disease spread through the mosquito bite Symptoms usually appear within 7 to 30 days but can take up to 1 year to develop. Symptoms including high fever, shaking, chills, and flu like illness. Without treatment, malaria can cause severe illness and even death. Houseflies are another carrier. Housefly is responsible for causing about 20 diseases in human and animals. Many of diseases like cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, diarrhea, which are very dangerous for the humans. Student, I think everyone understand what topic I covered in this video.